Okay, so hello, welcome back everyone. Today, welcome back to another video, and I'm gonna be explaining the nature of 3D printed adapters for Contax RF mount. So, this is a Contax RF mount. If you know this mount, this thing, wait, I got this thing from my Jupiter 9. So this thing, I actually changed the back to a 3D printed back to the Sony E-mount. So essentially that thing has no wobble and just fits on. This is my Jupiter 8 with Contax RF mount. Now to be honest, adapting Contax RF is not that hard if you have this mount. As you can see, there are two types. One inner mount, which is this thing, which goes inside the adapter, and this thing which goes outside the adapter. Here I have two Contax RF adapters. This one I got from Thingiverse, which now it's not there anymore. Luckily I saved the file so I can actually print as many as I want. Then this, actually, what you call this thing? This was actually made by me from a Contax RF body cap. I found on Thingiverse, which is this bit that I then glued like with super glue onto this, which is essentially the base of this thing I cut off. This is made fully in carbon, like you can see the carbon. Then you got this like matte finish inside. Then this I've made with not carbon, obviously. So this what you call this thing? This inner bit is carbon. Then the outer bit is this I think is PLA plastic, so it's white essentially. As you can see right there, inside there. I've put some blackening inside so that no light comes in, and I've also painted the side so that no light comes in. Why did I choose PLA? This thing's actually pretty flexible. I mean, not exactly flexible, but at least more malleable than carbon. And when printing helicoids, if they're on the outer surface, you can actually clean the carbon up with like a Dremel or something like that, or a cutter. But then when you're printing on the inside, they're actually pretty hard to like clean up. So let me go show you the carbon version. Okay, so these are the carbon PLA versions. Now why I did not use this thing was that this thing would obviously deteriorate in time, and I do not want that. Also, this thing actually goes less smoothly than this carbon one. Then why did I not use a carbon carbon, what you call that thing? Carbon print of this thing? This is because the carbon thing, if you have printed anything before, you probably know that there are gonna be like imperfections in like the grooves right here. If you're printing a carbon, it's actually pretty hard to what you call that thing, like clean the grooves up with some tool or something like that. And in the end, you actually have like a lot of small chunks, which actually make the focusing really hard. With this, it's actually pretty easy. Let me show you. See, see, it's pretty easy. Whilst if you use these things which I have not cleaned up, it's pretty hard. Let me go show you. See, it's like almost impossible to even go in. So this is not what I want. This is what you want. So you want to have like this composite, half carbon, half plastic material. Then, so let me show you how you mount this thing. So with the outer mount, you actually find the longest flange. Not even flange, what you call this thing, it's like a longest lip. And made that thing with the longest lip on the Contax RF mount. Then what you do is, oh shit, okay. All you do then is just make sure everything's in and turn it. There you go. Now this mount is slightly wobbly. See? And that's why I rehoused my Jupiter 9 to have like a new back, but this actually works if you want to just focus, and if you have some blue tack, put it inside this mount, like under this, and it'll not wobble that much. If you have a well greased Jupiter 9, then it's not gonna wobble at all, because obviously the what you call, I think the blue tack's gonna be more sticky than the focus. Then let me go show you the inner adapter. Let me go plug this thing back in. For the inner mount, it's actually pretty different. So it's not as simple as using the twist method like you usually do, but it's actually quite easy with this adapter. So what I have to do, this adapter is, let me go pull this thing out. Now this actually has a pretty clever stop. See, so this thing won't go that far unless you like push it a bit up, then it goes up. There you go. What you do with this adapter is you have to push the lens in. So this is gonna go on my desk and it's pretty oily, so I'm not gonna do this. Then you wanna find the Contax RF's like small niblet right there. Then you wanna push it in. Just like that, and it's not gonna fall out. So whoever designed this was like really smart. Then you wanna push on tab with your finger right like this. Then you wanna go find the right place for this thing to meet the threads. See, there you go. The only downside of this design is if you turn this thing too deep, the Jupiter actually will, what you call it, like uncouple itself, because obviously this thing does not extend to the bottom, and the Jupiter is sort of like low setting inside this thing, so see, it uncouples. But then unless you do that, nothing really bad will happen. So just push it in, and away you go. Now this can be mounted on any Sony camera if you want, but the only downside to this adapter is that the front ring actually turns when you focus. Cause it's only a single helicoid, but the thing is that in the Jupiter 9 that I got, the front also actually rotated with the focusing, so it's not like the other lenses where you actually don't have the like rotating motion, but you actually do have it. And also with this adapter, because the apertures also gonna be rotating with the design, switching apertures is not possible without like holding the lens down or like squishing on the adapter. But other than that, though, nothing's really bothering me with this lens and these adapters. So if you're getting a lens and you happen to find like a cheap Contax RF version, don't hesitate, just buy it. Like, these adapters are pretty easy to make and they won't cost a lot. Only thing is that you have to like test out a few materials till you find the perfect combo or something like that, so that you don't have like this rough focus and stuff. Because if you do not get the right mixture or something like that in what materials you use, for the inner at least, the outer helicoid is pretty easy. Just get one of these, not even these things, get one of these like body caps and a lens cap for the outer helicoid on a Contax RF lens. That'll work pretty nice. Then this is pretty hard to go in for some reason. There you go, see? This is like so hard to turn. So I would highly advise like trying to print a few different materials before you actually settle on something for your camera, because if you choose this method, I think you'll actually produce a lot of dust. These have already greased, and so it doesn't really make any like super crazy drag or something like that. It's actually pretty smooth. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you do wanna have some adapters, go on Thingy first, print out lens caps or like print out a helicoid, then just go on. If you can't, just design any thread you want. Or you might also get a thread from like one of these 2 or 3 casings. They actually do have threads, but I'm not sure if you actually want to use these threads because they're actually pretty wobbly. You can find some things like jerry cans or something like that with like huge caps. They're like this size, and then you can like probably use that as a helicoid. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, please subscribe, like, and comment below. So goodbye.